everyone. It's Anne-Marie Wallace with the Women's Business Center of Utah on another live stream. And as I was sharing with Desiree, real life on a live stream, because we may have children coming in and out while we're talking.
Yes.
So I want to introduce everyone to Desiree. She is the owner of Hello Bijoux Jewelry and one of our winners of our grant giveaway to promote our directory, utahwomenowned.com. So Desiree, tell us more about you and your business, and of course, tell us about the business name.
Yes, it's not a very common name, but there's so many fun businesses out there that it was just so hard to pick. So so Hello Bijoux Jewelry, it just kind of came, the business itself, it just kind of came because I work in the mental health field, as does my husband. And so he does woodworking on the side as his thing. And I'm like, I would really love something. And I love jewelry. My mom loves jewelry. Her mom loves jewelry. I don't know if you remember that scene from Pollyanna where she hangs all the sparkly things in the window to make rainbows. I used to do that with my grandma's jewelry. And so I was laying there in bed one night and I'm like, I want to start my own business. And initially started off making the jewelry, and that just takes a long time. So a lot of respect for anyone that does it. So, but I was just like, I just love like the sparkle and the fun and the outgoing. And so when I was trying to pick my name, I was looking for something fun. To me, that's where hello comes in. It's just like, I always joke around whenever I see a piece of jewelry I like, I'm always like, hello. But then it also encompasses like the community. I love, going to events and meeting people, especially people that have just that same fun. I just want it to kind of be a fun thing. And then bijou means jewelry in French, which I just think it's kind of fun to say. I think when a business name makes you sound a little elevated, it can be kind of fun. So it's kind of jewelry, which can be elevated, but the hello puts kind of that fun piece to it.
Oh,
so.
And it sounds like like, not bougie, but bijou. I just think it's so fun. It's kind of like a window to who you are too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you. You said what field you've been in professionally. How did you decide? You talked about how your husband is doing something you really like, but how did you decide I'm not going to do something in the field I know? I'm actually going to do a business, because knowing jewelry or loving jewelry doesn't make you want to start a business necessarily. But how did you decide? Yeah, I'm going to do this thing. What kind of prompted you?
I don't know. I think I had a friend that sold paparazzi jewelry, and I just loved the community piece. She would do lives, and I'm like, that's just fun. So for me, it was just a way to find community. And that's one of the things I love about like women-owned businesses is I think there's that community and relational piece that you don't see in other businesses all the time. And I was just like, I would just see the way that she would gather her people. And I was like, that's what I want. I want a group of people where it's not necessarily about the jewelry. The jewelry is just the vehicle to get us to a community, because there's hard things in life that we're home with our kids or we're working, and then there's just so many things that we as women do. So to be able to have that community and that just a fun way to gather together, I think is awesome. So like I said, jewelry is just that vehicle to get there, and a way to kind of spark that communication and to spark that friend. Oh, you like jewelry? I like jewelry. And just to see like the way that people have responded to things. And like, I've had people tell me like, oh, I've never really cared for the way I feel, or I thought I could never wear gold, or, this and that. And be like, yes, you can. You can, feel confident and comfortable in whatever you want to wear. And that's another piece of it too. Just, hi, bud.
He's like, no, Mama needs something. I told you it would be real life today on the live stream. He wants a fish tank. Does anybody own a business with this?
You know what? I've actually had at vendor events, I've actually gone and had older gentlemen come up to me and they're like, can I use these as fishing lures?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hold on 1 second.
But anyway, so yeah, I love seeing that confidence. And like sometimes we as women, our bodies are growing and changing. We're caring for other people. And so who we are may get put on the back burner. So that was another thing for the jewelry too. It's like sometimes I always joke around that you can tell how I feel my hair looks. If I'm having a really bad hair day, my earring can be huge because I'm like, focus here, not here.
Yeah.
So being able to have that final little piece on top just to be, feel confident in what you're wearing, even though you may not feel comfortable in your clothes, you can put on pair of earrings or a necklace or a bracelet and feel a little bit more
better. Isn't that so true about confidence? It just takes sometimes just a little bit. Something that I love that you've mentioned was creating an experience, not just the product or the service that you have. Because I mean, from what I know, working here for almost 12 years, women like to get together. The pandemic's been so hard for us socially, and that's like, everyone knows that, but especially for women. And I really like the idea that you're creating a community and not just a product, that it's about what people experience when they get together, whether it's jewelry that brings them together or learning that brings them together. I just really appreciate that idea. So tell us where in the state you are located.
So I am down in Cedar City.
Woohoo! I love Cedar City. We've had 5 grants that we've given away and are giving away in the 5 areas that we identified in our state. So not just one winner, we wanted 5. So we have a winner in our northern area, southern, which is you, Desiree, eastern, which is our lady that was last week in from Roosevelt. And then we also have Wasatch Front on its own and one that was statewide. And this was funded by NASDAQ Foundation. So many times women in our state don't think that an organization back east would even want to fund what we do here. But thanks to them, we were able to get $1,000 out to each of you as winners. So Desiree, you're going to be getting $1,000. So my question for you is, what are you going to use the $1,000 for your business?
Well, I just want to say thank you as well. And thank you to the sponsor. When they called to tell me I'd won, I was so surprised. I was like, I just was excited to learn about the Women's Business Center. I was tagged in a post from a fellow women-owned business. And I was like, oh, I just was excited for the opportunity. And I've been listening to podcasts and registered for breakfast and been excited to jump in that way. So then when I got the call that I'd won, I was so grateful. So, because I think with just being a small business, like to a large business, $1,000 isn't much. But to me, I'm like, my mind is going crazy. I was like, I want to maybe do some private labels, some marketing, get more inventory. Like there's so much I can do with that. So those are kind of what I'm thinking off the bat is what I want to do. But I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm so glad. Making sure that women have, and any business owner has the money that they need to grow, because, it is really a wonderful thing to be able to grow organically, reinvest and make your business grow on its own. But you can accelerate what you're doing with some extra cash. And who could use, we could all say, oh, I want to go on a great vacation. But for business, you could actually turn $1,000 into $5,000 in revenue, and do more and offer more. So
yeah, I totally agree. And actually, I'm going to graduate school this fall, doing it online through the University of Utah. And because of this, it's going to allow me the freedom to do that. I would have never thought that I could do that. But because I've got this income coming in and that I knew I could make that decision a lot more confidently and be able to keep it going in the background and create, systems and, things that I learned from the business center to be able to keep that going. So I'm really excited for that.
Good. The Women's Business Center of Utah, we're statewide. So when we're talking to Desiree in Cedar City and we're talking to our ladies in every county, honestly, we drove through probably 9 different counties yesterday alone, from Roosevelt, Clear, and I am in Hiram up in Cache County. So we're literally in all these counties around our state. And Desiree, we have one of our centers in your hometown. So yes. At the technology college, we have our second office in Cedar City run by Debbie, and we have services. If you have not listened to a live stream before, but we have one-on-one advising, lots of different ways to find education online, in person, virtual. We also have and promote Kiva loans, but the premier thing that we have right now is our new directory, and that's what Desiree was talking about. We have a directory. I shouldn't call it ours. It's the state of Utah's, really, for all of the state. The Utah Women-Owned Business Directory at utahwomenowned.com. It's a directory of women-owned and operated businesses, not just owned, but the top person running that business is that woman. And it's a place to help and find women-owned businesses so we can buy from them, promote them, invest in them, and support them. So you're connecting into a big community when you're adding yourself onto that directory. Desiree is listed on that directory, and that's how she was one of the winners of one of these grants. So we encourage our communities, women business owners, to be on the directory so that we can help promote you, and most importantly, support what you're doing through education and connections. So we want to thank NASDAQ Foundation for the funding to be able to do this. And Desiree, what would you like to share with other women business owners that you learned as being an entrepreneur?
Oh man, so hard to say because I feel like where I'm at now, I never thought I would be. I thought it would just be a cute little thing on the side. And the more I grow and learn and find these opportunities, I would say just if you're going to run a business, yes, it's hard, but the breakthroughs and the personal growth I think that comes with it is something that is absolutely amazing, and it's totally worth it.
Oh, I love what you just said. Don't let anything stop you, ladies. If it's hard, are you used to doing hard things? Yes. Did you see my children come in here and whine while we're doing it? You can do it. And we're here to help. There are lots of organizations that can help you, and we want to connect you to them. So ladies, any type of organization that you're putting together, whether it's like piano lessons on the side or a big company that's providing services across the world, that's business, and we're here to help. So Desiree, any last thoughts you want to share before we wrap up?
I think I love that you promoted the directory. I think it's so great because even living in a small town like Cedar City, I was looking through it. I didn't realize how many other women-owned businesses there was. And so being able to connect and do events and promote each other or collaborate with each other, I'm pretty excited for that. So I think that's awesome.
Good. We're here to help. We're a nonprofit 501c3. You can find the directory at utahwomenowned.com. There's a little sign up button on the top right to sign up for free, which also puts you one click away from services. So thanks everyone for listening in. We're here to help. It's so nice to meet you, Desiree. And we hope to see you all on the directory or buying from the directory. And thanks again to NASDAQ Foundation. And we'll see you all next time.